Let's get ready to move money! Or should I say, learn about where the money is moving. This is another Money Moves episode. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Yarbo closes Series B funding to continue yard robot expansion. Robots could be coming to backyards near you. Yarbo recently closed its Series B funding round, raising about $27 million. The New York-based company said a group of strategic and financial investors has backed its vision of reimagining how the world handles outdoor work one season at a time. Yarbo said the new capital will enable it to scale mass production, enhance supply chain resilience, and deepen its investment in research and development. This will fuel faster product optimization and iteration. The company also plans to accelerate talent acquisition, strengthen liquidity, and push forward with pre-public offering planning as it sets its sights on global expansion and long-term market leadership. In 2022, Yarbo's crowdfunding campaign raised more than $3.4 million, and by 2024, its own direct-to-consumer full payment pre-order campaign generated over 6,000 orders. With momentum continuing to build, Yarbo asserted that it expects 4 to 5x sales growth in 2025, supported by the expansion across North America, Europe, Japan, and Australia. Designed to tackle edges, tight spots, and other areas conventional mowers can't reach, the trimmer module expands Yarbo's spring and summer capabilities, complementing its lawnmower and blower modules. Yarbo said it's continuing to develop modules to cover tasks such as granular or liquid spraying, moving garbage bins to the curb, picking up dog waste, and even harvesting fruit. All of this would not require changes to the core robot. India's EV startup Ather cuts IPO size to $308 million, seeking $1.4 billion post-money valuation. Ather Energy, the Indian startup manufacturing electric two-wheelers, has cut the size of its initial public offer by 18% to 26.26 billion Indian rupees, which is about $308.3 million, according to a new draft prospectus that was filed last week. The Bengaluru-based startup confirmed that it's targeting a post-money valuation of $1.4 billion. Last September, the startup sought a valuation of between $1.5 billion and $2 billion. Existing Ather shareholders will sell 11.1 million shares, down from the 22 million shares mentioned in last year's draft prospectus. Bidding for Ather shares will open for 3 days, starting today. Ather co-founders Tarun Mehta and Sapwan Jain, as well as National Investment and Infrastructure Fund Limited and Tiger Global Management's Internet Fund 3, plan to offload their stakes in the IPO. However, the Indian two-wheeler giant Hero MotoCorp, which owns over 40% of the startup, will not sell its shares. Ather said it will use $108.8 million from the net proceeds to set up an electric two-wheeler facility in Maharashtra. Another $88 million will be invested in research and development and $35.2 million in marketing initiatives. The startup will use $4.7 million to repay its borrowings. $4.7 million UK award targets fault-tolerant quantum computing. Quantum computing companies Rigetti and Riverlane are partnering with the UK National Quantum Computing Centre on a $4.7 million project to advance quantum error correction on superconducting quantum computers. The funding comes from Innovate UK's Quantum Missions pilot competition designed to fast-track breakthroughs in scalable, commercially viable quantum computing. Rigetti plans to upgrade its existing 24-qubit processor to a 36-qubit quantum processing unit and install its latest generation control system. This aims to enable low-latency, real-time interfacing with Riverlane's quantum error correction software stack, an essential step towards fault-tolerant operation. Quantum error correction is widely acknowledged as essential to scaling fault-tolerant quantum computing. Riverlane would lead the development and testing of the quantum error correction stack, intending to demonstrate measurable gains in system performance across metrics such as decoding latency, throughput, and accuracy. The NQCC superconducting circuits team plans to provide engineering support and quality assurance throughout the upgrade and testing process. This collaboration represents a strategic investment in superconducting qubits, a modality known for its fast gate speeds and compatibility with scalable fabrication techniques. The project aims to validate whether Rigetti's modular architecture combined with Riverlane's decoding capabilities can lay the groundwork for error-corrected quantum platforms capable of practical applications. In more Money Moves news, Endor Labs, which builds tools to scan AI-generated code for vulnerabilities, lands $93 million. AI-generated code is no doubt changing how software is built, but it's also introducing new security challenges. More than 50% of organizations encounter security issues with AI-produced code sometimes or frequently, according to a late 2023 survey. Endor runs a platform that it claims can not only review code and identify risks, but also recommend precise fixes and apply them automatically. The company offers a plugin for AI-powered programming tools like Cursor and GitHub Copilot that scans code as it's written and flags issues. Recently, Endor announced it closed the $93 million Series B round led by DFJ Growth with participation from Salesforce Ventures, Lightspeed Venture Partners, Coatue, Dell Technologies Capital, Section 32, and City Ventures. Bandwar CEO said the round values Endor at orders of magnitude higher than its Series A valuation. The proceeds will be used to expand Endor's platform, and the Series B brings the startup's total capital raised to $163 million. Several months ago, Endor launched a tool designed to help organizations spot where AI models and services integrate with their code base and evaluate the integrations for security flaws. The idea is to provide better oversight as AI programming tools proliferate, according to the CEO. Endor says it now protects more than 5 million applications and runs over 1 million scans each week for customers including OpenAI, Rubrik, Peloton, Snowflake, Ignite, and Dropbox. Cynomi cinches $37 million for its AI-based virtual CISO for SMB cybersecurity. Small and medium businesses are the latest targets for cybersecurity attacks, with 1 in 3 small businesses experiencing a data breach last year. SMBs are becoming more proactive in detecting and stopping these threats, and recently Cynomi had announced the $37 million in funding to meet that demand. Insight Partners and Entry Capital are co-leading the Series B, with previous backers Canaan, Flint Capital, and S16 VC also participating. Sources close to the deal stated that the company was valued at more than $140 million post-money. Cynomi leans at a basic level into the trend of using AI-based agents to do complicated and high-volume work, but it's also pushing the boundaries of what we expect those AIs to do. CEO Primer describes his product not as an AI agent, but as a virtual CISO, an automated AI-based decision maker that can help smaller organizations understand how to run their security operations. It can assess a network, plan a set of security policies, make remediation plans, track progress, run analytics to find vulnerabilities in a network, recommend optimizations for systems, and produce reports on the network status and health. All of this is not sold directly by Cynomi to SMBs, but via third parties that SMBs typically use for network connectivity and other managed services. The funding will be used for R&D and business development because the startup believes there is an even bigger opportunity ahead than just virtual CISOs. Datadog acquires AI-powered observability startup Metaplane. Cloud monitoring and security platform Datadog recently acquired Metaplane, an AI-powered data observability startup. In a press release, Datadog stated that the deal accelerates its expansion into data observability, building on the launch of related products. Metaplane will continue supporting its existing and new customers through a rebranded Metaplane by Datadog offering. Metaplane monitors data using anomaly detection AI models trained primarily on historical metadata. It attempts to establish lineages in all data warehouse, the systems used for reporting and data analysis, and notifies stakeholders of issues via their tool of choice. From those tools, users can mark any alert as an expected change or otherwise, and Metaplane's system will learn over time. Metaplane had until now raised $22.2 million in total from investors including Khosla Ventures, Y Combinator, Flybridge Capital Partners, Vercel CEO Guillermo Ranch, and HubSpot CTO Dharmesh Shah. Metaplane is Datadog's second acquisition this year. In January, the company acquired QuickWit, an open-source cloud-native search engine for logs. Datadog's challenge will be sufficiently differentiating its data observability products, which it's attempting to do both through acquisitions as well as in-house projects such as data jobs and data streams monitoring. In our next Money Moves news, we have Comau to acquire warehousing automation firm Automa in strategic expansion. Italian robotics manufacturer Comau has announced a binding agreement to acquire Automa, an Italian company specializing in warehousing and intralogistics automation. Automa is currently owned by Trasma. The acquisition signals a significant move for Comau into the growing logistics sector and reinforces its commitment to its Italian roots. Comau expects to close the transaction in the second quarter of 2025, but it is subject to customary regulatory approvals. Under the terms of agreement, the company will acquire 100% of Automa's shares. This strategic acquisition is expected to unlock new avenues for growth within the expanding warehousing and logistics market, further solidifying the creation of Italian industrial automation hub poised for innovation and global competitiveness. Comau has emphasized that Automa will maintain its current operational structure, management team, and strategic direction, underscoring a commitment to its people, quality, and innovation. Franco Togni will continue to serve as the company's CEO, and additionally, Gianni Togni and Roberta Togni will retain their current roles and will also join Comau's executive committee, contributing their expertise to the future development of both entities. This acquisition aligns with Comau's broader strategic vision following a recent shift in its shareholder structure, which saw One Equity Partners, an international private equity firm, acquire a majority stake, enabling Comau to operate as a standalone company. The move to acquire Automa underscores Comau's dedication to strengthening its Italian operations and enhancing its global offerings and international presence. British startup Eisenbar lands $9 million to reshore manufacturing for critical industries. Geopolitical pressures are accelerating a demand in many countries and regions to reshore, to redevelop critical industry infrastructure, and to bring back businesses which had moved or outsourced some or all of their industrial operations to cheaper countries farther away. The British startup said it plans to create a network of factories across several Western locations. The CEO stated that the first of these started to operate in London in January and claims that it can already respond to requests for high-precision parts. It has yet to disclose further locations. The aim here is to target companies that may not be sinking billions of CapEx into their own factories, but typically would have contracted with a manufacturer to produce on their behalf. Fitzgerald believes the British legacy suppliers will struggle to keep pace with their bigger reshoring swing. Supply chains are fragmented, skilled operators have retired or moved to different roles, and factories are outdated, which are all outcomes brought about and further by supply chains moving to China and other countries over the past years. By leveraging software and automation, Eisenbar believes it can offer a viable alternative to the current state of affairs while also presenting options that happen to be faster and cheaper. This pitch helped the startup secure the $9 million seed round led by Notion Capital, with participation from 201 Ventures, Basis Capital, Ford Fund, Material Ventures, Neverlift Ventures, and MP Hard Ventures, as well as angels including EU Incorporated promoter Andreas Klinger and Space Forge founder Joshua Western. Eisenbar's go-to market strategy initially focuses on aerospace, defense, and energy. Fitzgerald declined to name clients, but he said the company saw most of its initial traction come from defense and fast-growing startups. He claimed that he and his team are also having conversations with primes and government bodies. Jericho Security raises $15 million to stop deepfake fraud that costs businesses $200 million in 2025 alone. New York-based Jericho Security has secured $15 million in a Series A funding to scale its AI-powered cybersecurity training platform. The investment follows the company's successful 5-month execution of a $1.8 million Department of Defense contract that put the 2-year-old startup on the cybersecurity map. The funding round was led by Jasper Law at Era Fund, who previously backed the company's $3 million seed round in August of 2023. Additional investors include Lux Capital, Dash Fund, Gangel's Enterprise Fund, and Gangel's AI Fund, Destuik Ventures, Plug and Play Ventures, and several specialized venture infrastructure firms. Unlike conventional security training that relies on static templates and predictable scenarios, Jericho's platform employs what WOMS calls agentic AI, autonomous systems that behave like actual attackers. Their multi-channel approach addresses a fundamental limitation of traditional security training. Most programs prepare employees for yesterday's attacks, not tomorrow's. Jericho simulations can span email, voice, text messaging, and even video calls, creating personalized attack scenarios based on an employee's role, behavior patterns, and previous responses. The company's client dashboard shows which employees fall for which types of attacks, allowing organizations to deliver targeted remediation. Early data suggests that employees trained with adaptive AI-driven simulations are 64% less likely to fall for actual phishing attempts than those who receive traditional security awareness training. WOMS identified an even more concerning emerging threat that few security teams are prepared for: AI agents phishing AI agents. This represents a fundamental shift in the cybersecurity landscape. This $15 million investment will primarily fund three initiatives: expanding research and development, scaling go-to-market strategies through partnerships, and growing Jericho's team with a focus on AI and cybersecurity talent. As the boundaries between human and machine communications blur, the very nature of trust in digital environments is being redefined. So that's just some of the money moves happening in the world of technology. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Do me a favor, like the video, subscribe, check out these videos right here, and stay tuned for the next Money Moves episode.